then you have met.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Exceptional Conservative Show, live from the nation's capital. I'm Kenneth McClenton, your host. Mary Brockman, my bouncer-in-chief, has edged into the room, the chat room that is, and she, as my bouncer-in-chief, she rules that particular kingdom. If you diss her, you diss me, you will be dismissed from that particular chat room. Bonnie Williams is in there tonight. Mrs. Biggs is watching as well. I appreciate everyone being here tonight. I wanted to just go over something very quickly before I get into the myths, because I know it's hard for some of you all, you know, little political prostitutes like myself, horrors of the political ideological bent, spend our days and our nights studying all of this stuff, histories and political diatribes and news stories from around the world. That's what we do because we're just geeks like that. It's what we live for. We wake up, we go to sleep. This is what we live for. And I adore the fact that you want to spend time with me every evening to go over those particular things. But a lot of people work hard, and as a result of taking care of their kids and teaching at home, and they're slave labor to the public school system, and doing their own job during the course of the day, they don't have time to get into everything that I get into. So I want to bring you up to speed on something very quickly, if I could. This is the former president of the United States, Cory Booker. No, I'm sorry, not Cory Booker. Barack Hussein Obama, president number 44. And I did this meme so that you can get caught up to speed and where Barack Hussein Obama is at this particular moment and his thoughts regarding his former vice presidential mate, none other than Joseph Biden, from quote-unquote Pennsylvania, then into Delaware. That look on his face in the mirror just tells you everything you need to know about his feelings towards Joe Biden at this point. The first one, that moment you realize that you endorse a man accused of rape for the presidency of the United States of America. Damn. That moment you realize that you endorse a man that believes you look like Cory Booker for the presidency of the United States of America. Damn. That moment you realize that you endorse a man that lost the black vote with one line for the presidency of the United States of America. Damn, Joe! I know some of you all can get that reference in good times, Esther. James! Damn. But literally, Joe Biden, and it's amazing as they trotted out all of these black people on CNN and MSNBC and all the local television stations, Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 9, here in the District of Columbia. And they prostituted them out there, whored them out there, and basically said, all those black leaders basically said, we accept the apology of Joe Biden. Joe Biden's apology was sincere. Joe Biden's the type of person who knows when he makes a mistake and he can go beyond his mistake and actually reach out to people. This is what they were saying. And the majority, I know there are going to be some people offended when I say this, the majority of those that they put out there were black women. Because I'm going to tell you what black men were thinking. The minute Joe made that comment, I'll never vote Democrat again. I just, real black men were like, nah, I ain't going to do it. Nah, he confusing me with someone else. I ain't like that, man. His statement, Joe Biden's statement, that if you are considering voting for Trump or making the comparative of the vote for Trump and me, and if you choose Trump, then you ain't black. Brothers were like, nah. But black women, oh, en masse, he apologized. I want to tell you what his apology was. It's a one line. Maybe I should not have been more so cavalier. That was his one line. Maybe I should not have been so cavalier. That, my friends, had black women screaming as if he was Elvis or Michael Jackson or Prince. Oh, he apologized. No, he just slapped you in the face and then said, it's your fault that I had to slap you in the face. That's what he did. And so they paraded all of these black women out here who were supposed to have PhDs and JDs and MAs and every JOBs, everything else. They paraded all these black women out there and said, oh, Joe's apology is sufficient. Oh, he never apologized. He literally gave the Hillary Clinton apology. If you are offended, then I apologize. That's what it basically means when he says, maybe I should not have been so cavalier. If you're offended, I'm sorry. But that does not take responsibility for the statement that he made. And enduringly, the statement that he made pulled all the covers off the plantation politics of the Democrat Party since 1954. Just pulled it, actually 1928, with the kitchen cabinet under FDR. He just pulled it right on back and said, black people gonna vote for me no matter what. I could slap him. He literally gave the kind of statement that said, remember Donald Trump got in trouble for saying, if I shot somebody in the middle of New York, I would still get elected? And people were like, ooh, clutch the pearls, how dare you? This dude basically said, all these black people are going to vote for me no matter what. I could literally put them back on the plantation and they still would vote for me. And they would still say, well, Joe did apologize for putting us back on the plantation, but we's happy be back on that plantation. Lord have mercy. I know some of y'all are going to be offended by what I just said. But I'm okay with that. Because sometimes you need a wake-up call. Sometimes you need to know when you're getting your butt beat and when no one else is paying attention to you. And quite frankly, the Democrat Party hasn't paid attention to you all since 1964. He has not paid attention to black people since 1954. And the reason's very simple. They don't have to. JFK and Robert Kennedy get Martin Luther King released from the prison. From that moment on, the black vote was securely Democrat. Okay? And then, on top of that, to convince Americans to believe that the Civil Rights Act and the other acts that followed in the 1960s were all about making everything equivalent, when really it was taking away the fundamental rights of black people to succeed in America. And the majority of those particular programs that were created to help black people are no longer helping black people at all. So all I'm saying to you all is, you're going to get what you vote for. Okay, and I know some of y'all sit back and say, I could never vote for Donald Trump. Never! Never vote for Donald Trump. But when you have just watched governors and mayors force you out of a job, 40 million strong, and the estimate this week is probably another 3 to 4 million people that will be laying off and have to apply for COVID-19 benefits for unemployment. When you look at that and you think it took nearly 15 years to build up that many jobs in America, 40 million, you got to ask yourself which one, the Democrats or the Republicans, has a battle plan to restore the economy so that the majority of individuals are able to get back to work. And if you do say the Democrats, then ye are most lost, and you deserve to be sitting there singing in the choir with the rest of them from the sheet, saying, "Oh, yea, how great thou art, Joe Biden." Because the Democrats have no plan whatsoever economically but to entrench you in permanent dependence on the U.S. government. That's why they're asking to be bailed out now. I say all that in terms of this process of understanding the myths of COVID-19. And some of you all are sitting back saying, well, wow, that was a long way to get to that particular point. But I wanted you to take a look at that particular screen right there. I call it Chi-Com Virus News. I created it myself. Don't think I have enough time on my hands. Because earlier today, Facebook told me that the quotes that I was using were false, that they were not true, although the quotes came directly from Dr. Birx. Okay? Not true, Ken. That's not true. You're making it up, Ken. You're lying. Well, this is what Dr. Birx said, according to The Blaze. Okay? Birx, who is the White House Coronavirus Task Force Response Coordinator, reportedly said that the CDC was inflating COVID-19 statistics by up to what? 2%? Yeah. 12%? 25%. This is Dr. Birx. Her sidekick is Dr. Fauci. Okay? They've been at the CDC for a long time. Okay? All right? Birx and others were frustrated with the CDC's antiquated system for tracking virus data, which they worried was inflating some statistics, such as mortality rate and case count. Hold up, Muriel Bowser, Larry, Curly, and Mo, or Mo, Larry, and Curly. There you go. What's up, Larry? How did over the weekend we went from being just a few days away from reopening to, oh my God, Armageddon with the numbers? Y'all are ginning these numbers up. Okay, let's just be honest. And the CDC, when they're considering the DMV, the District of Columbia, they add PG's numbers, Montgomery County numbers, Howard County, Fairfax, and other numbers to the DC numbers to make it look like it's a hot spot. DC is not a hot spot. Trust me on that one. By as much as 25%, according to 4 people present for the discussion or later briefed on it, 2 senior administration officials said the discussion was not heated, the newspaper reported. Now, Dr. Deborah Birx reportedly said, there is nothing from the CDC that I can trust. Okay, Mary Brockman, my bouncer in chief, I just wanted to make certain that you knew that. And Mary Brockman said cavalier. Yes, you're right. The bottom line is she doesn't trust the organization that she works for. So I'm going to ask you, 330 million people, if she, who is working with Dr. Fauci, they are the leads on this, if she doesn't trust the CDC, why is it that you do? Now, Dr. Birx was allegedly worried that the CDC was inflating coronavirus statistics, such as mortality rate and case count. And that is the link that you can go to. You can, I'll provide it if you want it at a later date. But my question to you is, why are you so trusting of them? Why? When they were showing numbers and not admitting that those were nursery home numbers. Okay, they were individuals who were locked up in nursing homes. 42% of most of the deaths from COVID-19 was nursing homes. And what did the governors and the mayors say regarding nursing homes? Oh, when they get out, send them back in. Send them back in. And none of them wants to take credit for that. But they want to blame Donald Trump for testing. And what does testing do? Testing only shows that there may or may not have been a reception of the actual virus in someone's immune system. And the more people you test, the lower the death rate gets in terms of morbidity, the mortality rate. You're worried about cases where 98% of Americans recover. Don't think you should. So let me go over quickly some of the myths, ladies and gentlemen. 98%. Because I know that you all are waiting for me to get to, and I'll get to that in the second hour here, in terms of the 14-year-old girl who's responsible for the lockdown. A lot of you not. It's true. I want to go over 19 myths with you. 19. I know we ain't got a lot of time, and I've already gone past my commercial period here, and a lot of people are like, okay, Ken, hold up. You know, you're supposed to make this succinct and concise. Those in the chat room are getting the information directly. That's why you should be in the chat room. You can click down that link and you'll be able to see. Here are 19 myths about coronavirus busted by health experts and designated organizations so that you don't fall prey to fake news, which is why I'm going to West Virginia to get my groceries. Okay? Because they busted this. Myth number 1. Coronavirus will go away in the summer. Okay, now according to the WHO, the World Health Organization, this strain of coronavirus can be transmitted regardless of the region's climate. A change in temperature isn't expected to curtail the outbreak. That's the WHO reporting. That's the WHO reporting. The World Health Organization, the one that we defunded. Here's the story behind that. The warmer the temperatures are, viruses die. True point. Very true point. Here's myth number 2. In summer, the virus will spread more due to mosquito bites. See, this is what the left wants you to believe. Here's the truth. According to Fahim Youngs, medical doctor, chief quality officer, and chief of infectious disease, University of Maryland, UCH, this infection only spreads via respiratory droplets, not blood. Okay? We're all going to die. No, we're not. No, we're not. And it's not going to be by mosquitoes this week. Alright, so you can barbecue. You'll be fine. Myth number 3. If you can hold your breath for 10 seconds without discomfort, you don't have COVID-19. In fact, according to Gavin McGregor, an infectious disease expert, most young patients with coronavirus will be able to hold their breath for much longer than 10 seconds. At the same time, many elderly people who don't have the virus might not be able to do it. Listen, don't try this at home, kids. Don't try this at home. It's a myth. If you have it, you got it. You'll know the details behind that. Number 4. Here's the myth number 4. Drinking water every 15 minutes will prevent you from contracting the virus. And I'm quite certain the Coca-Cola bottling company put that one out there so that you could buy lots of their spring water. Here's a fact. Trudy Lang, a University of Oxford professor who specializes in global health, told that washing away a respiratory virus is impossible. If that was the case, then we could send everybody to the beach and tell them, get in the water. Drink. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. I know some of y'all are, Kenneth McClenton said, no, don't do that. Myth number 5. A vaccine to cure COVID-19 is available. There is no vaccine for the new coronavirus right now. And let me tell you one other thing. By the time they create a vaccine for the current strain, there will be at least 300 to 700 more new strains. You'll never catch up. Never. So what's the best way? Build up your immune systems, baby. Zinc, vitamin, stay out of the sun, get strong. People say, Ken, you need to wear a mask. No, we're going to get to that. Myth number 6. You can protect yourself from COVID-19 by swallowing or gargling with bleach, taking acidic acid or steroids, or using essential oils, salt water, ethanol, or other substances. Fact. None of those recommendations will protect you from getting COVID-19. Myth number 7. And I don't know, for some of you, getting COVID-19 won't be so bad. I'm just saying. Just for some of you. Just saying. Myth number 7. You can get the virus from products made in China. We would like to believe that, but the truth of the matter is scientists currently believe that the virus doesn't survive for extended periods of time on hard surfaces. And also, recently, scientists have stated that you can't possibly get COVID-19 from touching stuff and touching hard surfaces. Myth busted! There you go. So don't worry about going out and buying all that Clorox and cleaning down your whole house or whatever. We wash the entire house with Clorox. So? It doesn't work that way. Here's myth number 8. Since COVID-19 testing is unavailable, we should donate blood. The blood bank will test for it. According to FAM Eunice, no blood bank is testing for coronavirus. Be careful. Be careful. Okay? Just saying. Be careful. Here's number 9. Myth number 9. Hand dryers kill the coronavirus. Stupid stuff. Hand dryers kill the coronavirus. According to the WHO, and be careful when you listen to the WHO. I'm not talking the music group. I'm talking World Health Organization. The best method of protecting yourself against the virus is washing your hands with warm water and soap. And Liz Matori told us, because both of her parents are doctors, that washy thing that you see on Sesame Street for 20 seconds. You gotta wash your hands for about 2 minutes. Clean up everything. You gotta do the surgeon's wash. Everything, all the way down. There you go. Alright, myth number 10. Spraying yourself with chlorine or alcohol will kill the virus. Although alcohol and chlorine can be used in small amounts as disinfectants on hard surfaces, they cannot kill the virus once it has entered your system. So that Trump cocktail that y'all were joking about, don't do that. Don't do that. The products can also irritate your mouth, eyes, and other mucous membranes. Here's myth number 11. Hand sanitizers are better than soap and water. Okay. Get ready. Get ready. Dr. Eunice says that soap and water actually kills and washes away the virus from the skin. Not the hand sanitizers. Don't, y'all invested in hand sanitizer, you're killing me. Every 5 seconds, you came into the room. Stop it! You look crazy doing that. And in fact, some of you all are so depressed you might need a psychiatrist right now. Here's number 12. Eat a lot of garlic to avoid getting the virus. Garlic does have some antimicrobial properties, but there isn't any proof that garlic has helped prevent the spread of the virus. It's just not there. Not there, people. Here's myth number 12. Myth number 13. Rinsing your nose with nasal saline will prevent the virus. There is some, that big thing that you put on your nose and circulates the water through. Okay, there is some limited evidence that regularly rinsing your nose with saline lowers the duration of a common cold, which is the actual foundation virus for COVID-19. Did you know that? The common cold was the foundation virus. Also, HIV is in there too. So, but y'all, be careful. But rinsing your nose has not been proven to eliminate the coronavirus or any other respiratory infection. Here's myth number 14. Chinese food is unsafe to eat right now. Oh my God! According to the Centers of Disease Control, it's okay to eat Chinese food. The virus spreads through respiratory droplets. There's little risk of contracting the virus from food. I'll have the number 17 and a half. The half will be the coronavirus. There you go. Here's myth number 15. And this is one that I want you all to pay very close attention to. Because a lot of you all have listened to the government. And let me just put up the government picture right here. Let me just put that government picture up. Right there. You listen to them. Now, one of them is a doctor. Forgive the gunshots. That's just my neighborhood. Governor Northern of Virginia is a doctor. Oh, and now that's fireworks. So there you go. It's a mixture. Governor Northam is a doctor, but he's a doctor who says that you should be able to kill babies after they've left the womb. I question his expertise. Just saying. Just saying. He's Larry, Moe, and then Curly there, or however way we have it. Dr. Northam has said that while we are coming out of the most heinous period of the COVID-19, now you need to wear a mask. The facts are these. Masks are effective at capturing droplets, which is the main transmission route of the coronavirus. Okay, it captures droplets, but I want you also to know that mask, if you don't wash it, is no more than a bacterial feces. I mean, it's just like a little growth area. You'll see stuff there, okay? That's all that it does. According to the CDC, masks should only be worn by healthcare professionals. Only by healthcare professionals. Larry, Curly, and Moe don't care. They want tyranny. You should care, because even healthcare professionals don't wear those things for long periods of time. If someone is in close contact with an infected person, a mask cuts the chance of the disease being passed on. Also, it is advisable to people who show symptoms of COVID-19 or who have been diagnosed to wear a mask, as that can prevent the virus from passing on. Now, this is only if you know, not the people you don't know. You can't assume that everybody has it because you assume everybody has it. Don't see, there are laws against that. Guilty before innocence. Nah, we don't presume people guilty. We don't presume people diseased. Okay? This is what they say. Ideally, both the patient and the caretaker should wear a mask. This is for patient and caretaker. Professionals! You're not a professional! If you had a heart attack in the middle of Walmart and saw all those masks, you would think everybody in there was a doctor, and there's not one doctor on the floor. You are not a professional. And just because you saw something on YouTube, a fast face mask that matches your bikini, doesn't make you a professional. Here's what they say. It will, however, make little difference if you're just walking around town or taking a bus while wearing a face mask. People who wear masks are more likely to touch their face and increase their risk of contracting the virus. U.S. Surgeon-General Jerome Adams. If you're at home and you're wearing a mask, cuckoo, cuckoo, you're going to kill yourself. And if you're in the streets and you're wearing a mask, cuckoo, cuckoo, you're going to kill yourself. Long before you get COVID-19. And I've seen situations where people were driving and, oh my God, they drove off the road because they lost their breath. Oxygen depletion takes place when you're wearing those masks for so long. So literally, I'm going to West Virginia to shop for my groceries because the governor there got good common sense. Hogan doesn't have common sense. Bowser doesn't have common sense. And Dr. Northern, who is a doctor who should know better, definitely doesn't have common sense. Here's myth 16. Ultraviolet disinfection lamp kills the virus on your skin. Well, according to the WHO, the best way to sterilize your hands is by washing with soap and water. The ultraviolet light will irritate your skin. So for those of you who are now going into those dress shops because you saw it on TV, you saw it on Fox News, that these new dress shop owners are putting up ultraviolet lights so that when you walk in with the dress, you can try it on. You don't have to worry. I have a friend who told me when they order stuff, they let it come in and they wash it before they even try it on. I recommend that highly. Myth number 17, the virus is manufactured in a lab and was deliberately released. Now, according to Johns Hopkins, although we know that is severe evidence a lot of evidence, according to the State Department, that actually took place. According to Johns Hopkins, viral outbreaks are common when an animal undergoes changes and passes the virus to humans, which is likely the origin of the coronavirus. That's Johns Hopkins. Let me explain to you why you should not necessarily trust Johns Hopkins regarding this. But Ken, clutch the pearls. Johns Hopkins is a major university. Dr. Ben Carson used to be there. You have to trust them. No, you see, Johns Hopkins was one of those particular groups that came out with the numbers that said 2.5 million Americans were going to die. We were going to be wiped from the face of the earth. This was going to be Armageddon for viruses. Yeah, Johns Hopkins. Check it. Okay, here's number 18. The virus only affects the elderly. That's not true. It affects everybody. But those who normally die from that are the elderly and who have comorbidities. They normally have a heart attack, or there are diabetes issues, kidney issues, liver issues, things of that particular nature. Now, what you should know about the CDC, which is why Europe is looking at us and saying, I don't believe that you had 100,000 people die from COVID-19, is that coronavirus is the official death, even if you die from a heart attack. I lie to you not. That's your official death. So if that's your official death, everybody's dying from it. You had a car accident, and I'm just joshing with you here, but if you had a car accident, you died from COVID-19. Here's myth number 19, the last one. The pets at home can spread the new virus. Now, they say that there is no such evidence at present that companion animals, pets, such as dogs or cats, can be infected with the new coronavirus. However, it is a good practice to wash your hands with soap and water after contact with pets. Now remember, coronavirus is a respiratory illness. So, you know who is more likely to spread it? It's that cat who's sneezing. That's the one. Throw the cats out and keep the dogs in. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more of the best right after these messages. Yes, it's true. You are watching the best at Urban Conservative Talk. I am your host, the exceptional one, Kenneth McClenton. We are a republic and not a democracy. And for best in urban conservative news, talk, and movies, you can go to the exceptionalconservativeshow.com. We will be right back right after these messages. And in fact, let me just do this right here. Let me just do a quick message, and then I'll be right back.